Welcome, everyone. Today, I want to deal with something very fascinating that I was thinking about. Is that Einstein equation? Energy is equal to mass multiplied by the velocity or c square movement. So, as we know, the total amount of energy in the world is constant. We're all told that, and let's assume that that's true. But what happens is, in reality, is it gives the same example. If you have a body, for example, in a physical body, there is a mass for the physical body, right? Bigger the mass, the lesser the movement, because the energy is constant. You get that mc square. So if the mass gets bigger, the bigger objects move uh, with less velocity or less speed. Now, this is about the body. So whenever we do physical exercises and so on, we know that a person who is overweight will have a little difficulty in moving around more, not may not be agile. Now, go to the next level from body to the senses that we have. Senses from, let's say, for example, sound. Now, that sound is a type of energy, right? Now, sound waves travel at a certain speed. Now, when I hear a sound, for example, I can only hear a sound, say, for example, about a kilometer or a half a mile away, something like that, if it's very quiet. And sometimes the sound waves bang onto different parts of the atmosphere, and they come to me. And sound, for example, of thunder, you can hear it from a long distance, but it takes a while because the sound waves are traveling at a certain speed. Go to the next one, and I would say, how about elephants, for example? They can hear about 5 miles away. That's interesting, isn't it? This is the real physical hearing that we're talking about. Let's go to the next energy, and that is we go to light. Now, light travels much faster, isn't it? 187,000 miles per second. That's 8 minutes for it to reach from sun to earth. But that's still quite fast. And light perception, therefore, is quite fast. When that is so, how much mass does light have? Not much. Same thing with the sound. Sound has a little bit lesser. If you see the waves of the sound, will be bigger and slower. And when you see waves of the light, it'll be faster and smaller. When you go to the other next section is electromagnetic waves. These are also much smaller. And so now we have radioactive waves and things of that nature. So the mass becomes smaller and smaller, the velocity becomes more. Let's go to the next level. This is the body, the senses we talked about. How about thoughts and mind? For example, I'm just going to give you an example. Think of the moon, and you're there. Think of going to China, for example, and you're there. Instantly, you're there. The awareness is there in the mind, and it identifies the mind travels that fast. So we go to the next level, and that is this energy, the real pure energy, or the soul that we talked about. We have not really experienced that all the time. We do not experience during our life. However, it is said that the velocity of the soul is much faster than any of these situations that we have discussed earlier. Now, what is fascinating is the Einstein equation still stands true. The lesser the mass, the bigger the velocity. Now, how do we apply that? And the application is very interesting. The application is in the physical body, for example, we have at the survival part, we want to survive the matter. You want to make sure that matter lives. If the matter is very fast, it will have difficulty in surviving. So there's certain slowness of the process that is adapted by the body. In fact, the two systems that are created, sympathetic and parasympathetic. Sympathetic makes everything faster. Parasympathetic makes it slower. And the slower pace makes the body heal and survive. Isn't that interesting? On the other side of the coin is when the other areas like creativity, imagination, all these spectrum of our capability goes from the physical realm of a survival area to the higher realm of creativity. Think about all this. So as we practice during our physical practices or daily exercises, we think about this, and many times moving slowly, but then transitioning into a faster understanding of energy. Try it today.